Get your hands off these poor people. Just, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn.
So it looks like things are breaking out today, because if you saw what happened last night in Los Angeles, California, then you know exactly what's going on with Gavin Newsom and Tom Homan. Also, Speaker Mike Johnson makes a bombshell announcement. Will be arrested. We got to talk about all of this, because I don't know if you guys saw, but man, you can't recognize a third world state, which California is now a third world state. People were ambushing LAPD. The National Guard has been deployed, but the National Guard is being sent back by Gavin Newsom. So things are looking very, very bad. And today they continue over ICE facilities, over ICE agents, over immigration. And a lot of people are saying that all of this is orchestrated and set up. So we're going to dive in here real quick, ladies and gentlemen. At first, let's start out with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom went on MSNBC as his state is falling apart. Many of them still trying to hang on to the narrative that these are peaceful protests. And we know by the looks of it, they're not. They're extremely violent. And most of these people, they don't stand for anything. They're not even there for it. It's just like the Free Palestine protests. There seems to be the same group vandalizing everything. And it's not looking good at all. It's very scary where we're headed. But the governor here doesn't care about that. In fact, he's panicking over the fact that he may be arrested. Tom Homan and Speaker of the House have come out and said, hey, something must be done, because you are now going against the feds. You're now going against Trump, that is trying to bring in the National Guard, that is trying to protect the citizens and trying to protect the LAPD. And I'll show you other proof of videos that the people working for ICE and the people working for LAPD and the people in the National Guard, they're not all white people. They're immigrants who have come from other countries of all skin colors and tones. So what is this really about? Well, let's talk about it real quick. First, let's listen to Gavin Newsom panic and say one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Get your hands off these poor people. Just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
So I think an arrest is imminent at this point. Arrest imminent. I am making that announcement on this channel. Gavin Newsom in full flesh panic mode, because he is. What's so sad about Democrats is the fact that, again, they're trying to hold on to the narrative that this is all because of immigration and ICE. But in reality, those rioters outside, who are they? Who are they really? Are they really protesting ICE? Are they protesting Israel? Who are they really, and what are they really doing? Because set of layers of bricks outside really tells me otherwise. But I beg to differ here. Excuse me. I beg to differ, because here's the thing. Gavin Newsom is saying that this is a manufactured crisis by Donald Trump. That the reason why they're rioting outside is not because they're liberals and progressives and Democrats. He's saying that this is manufactured because of the ICE arrest. But where was all of this outrage when everybody was coming in here unvetted, coming into your home and your backyard? Where were they when Laken Riley was murdered? Nungari was murdered. Where were they? It's so sad to see that this is the way we're going down. It's even worse than you can possibly imagine. Let's take a look at Los Angeles. That rock would have hit the officer. Look at the damage. And nothing but foreign flags, not one American flag. They were burning the American flag. Look at this. The highways were taken over. We've seen this before. We've seen it in 1992. We've seen it in 2020. But at this point, Gavin Newsom says that it's a manufactured crisis, that this is conservatives and people that are in Trump's camp setting this up. But how and why? Why would we do that? Why would anybody who in the right mind is conservative, many people, again, immigrants who love America or that really came here the right way and are very prideful in that, why should they have to take a back seat and why should they have to suffer for this? This makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. And it is very, very, very sad. But when you look at it, Trump's immigration approval coming from CNN, Trump's net approval, immigration, a massive swing in Trump's direction. This is today.
You know, if we just take a look at the baseline numbers here, this is Trump's net approval rating on immigration. It's gone up like a rocket. Compare now versus 8 years ago during Trump's first term. Look at this. In his first term, Trump was way, way, way underwater at minus 21 points. But look at this. He's up over 20 points. Now in the aggregate, he is in positive territory at plus 1 point on his net approval rating. Some other polls even have it a little bit higher than that. There is no issue on which Trump is doing so much better than he was in his first term, more than the issue of immigration. No wonder the Times has written up the way that he is. Trump is begging for a fight on this because he knows what he's doing so far is working with the American electorate.
Where does immigration rank on issues for him? How is he doing compared to others?
Yeah, so I think what's so important is it is his top issue so far. And the reason it is his top issue is because take a look at the individual nuggets in here. Why are people approving of Trump on immigration, approve of these different immigration actions while Trump's administration's program to deport those here illegally? Look at this, 54% approval. How about agents searching your hometown for those that they think are here illegally? Again, positive territory here, above 50% for Donald Trump. So it's not just on the broad issue of immigration where Trump is doing well. It's on the specifics. When you dive into the issues, Trump is above 50%.
Okay, so you obviously heard it there from CNN. That's a huge victory for Trump because it does defeat the narrative. And it does also prove that a lot of these protests are happening, but a lot of these riots, they're just in Democrat states that have no control over people. And it just also shows that the party is attached to a lot of violent individuals who just hate America or hate everything. You think a lot of them actually care about Mexicans being deported? By the way, the mass number of deportations aren't even to Mexicans, which is even crazy. And also a lot of the millions of people that crossed over weren't Mexican. There's a lot of Mexican Americans already here commenting and saying, hey, why do you guys keep attaching us to this? We love America. We came here for a better life. We served this country. We almost died for this country. Why do you constantly keep waving this flag, wave the American flag, and show them that you really want to be here? So a lot of people are making the argument that things would be a lot different if people actually showed that they wanted to be here, that they wanted to be a part of the United States, that they wanted to respect the Constitution, and they wanted to respect the law in the United States of America. But that's not the case. What's so bad about this is a lot of the people, they're just waving their foreign flags, Venezuelan flag, or the Mexican flag, or Colombia. I don't know. It's just I see a lot of other flags, and then the American flag being burnt. So I think there's two things happening. I think there's a lot of people that would love to stay in the United States of America, but just like every other activist or every other protest, they get hijacked by radical left progressives that hate America. They don't have the same values as Hispanics or immigrants coming across, which a lot of immigrants that usually come are highly conservative people that come here, work, have a family, and that's what they want to do. But why are all these movements being hijacked? Muslim people. I'm not sure what you guys feel about the Islam, the religion, but I know a lot of Muslim people. They are the most conservative individuals I know. They have children. They follow their religion to the fullest. They don't mess with the LGBTQ. They just don't. But so who is hijacking this? Gavin Newsom is trying to pander to a small crowd and it's hurting the state by a lot. I actually can't wait for that guy to be arrested, if I'm being honest, because there's nothing in this world tells me who's more full of BS than that guy right there. Again, here's a video. I'll share it with you guys. I'll share it with you. Look at this. This is a black man who is sheriff deputies. I'm not sure what is he like. He's He's a deputy, right? Or an officer. Let's go with officer. And he's a black man, and she's a Hispanic woman. One is an immigrant. One is probably a foundational Black American or an immigrant as well. And they're helping each other here because white progressives and illegal alien progressives at this point decided to do some wild things to these people. This is the wildest scenery of this whole thing. So a lot of Hispanic people are looking at like, why are we embarrassing ourselves like this? So what are we doing? We are claiming that we want to stay in the United States of America while also vandalizing it and tearing it up. You don't think that's going to make people hate us even more? A lot going on. Gavin Newsom arrest imminent, indictment imminent. I'm not sure. But one thing I will say is Tom Homan is not playing around.